actually flying. I tricked you. Good, right? Like, that's a pretty good impression of a drone. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. If it's not Friday for you there, I'm sorry. It is here for me right now. I hope it feels like a Friday for you. If you follow the channel regularly, you'll know that we post a lot of travel content, but we're taking a break from that today to talk about one of the other part of my life that is near and dear to my heart, which is photography, and specifically aerial drone photography. So professionally, Krystal and I do shoot a lot of drone photography for Airbnbs and short-term rentals, which is why I went and got my FAA certification to be a remote drone licensed pilot. So having taken on professional drone shoots for a little over 2 years now, I've noticed some misconceptions about why and when you should get your FAA drone license, which I wanted to talk about today. Now, I won't be talking about how to get FAA certified. There are a lot of resources online about this already, and I myself leverage the Pilot Institute. I'll link to them here. They are amazing at what they do. Go to them for that. If you are wondering whether or not you should be getting your FAA drone license, I'll tell you why right now. So the very first and maybe most important thing to consider when you're weighing out the opportunity to get an FAA drone license is whether or not you'll be using your drone for commercial purposes. If you want to make money, you're going to need to get an FAA license. And this is regardless of the weight of your drone. There's a bit of a common misconception that if your drone is less than 249 grams, then it does not count, you're not on the FAA's radar, and you can take photos and videos for clients. This is unfortunately not the case. No matter the size of the drone, if you are taking photos and videos for commercial purposes, you're going to need an FAA license. And this even gets a little tricky for YouTube. Say you're starting a YouTube channel, you're putting a lot of drone photos and videos on your YouTube channel. Videos, I would imagine, primarily as a video-based platform. And you're not monetized, then this rule doesn't apply to you. But what if down the line, your channel does get monetized and you don't have an FAA license? Technically speaking, the FAA could come after you and say, hey, do you have a license to have taken this videography and to make money off of it? And if you don't have an FAA license to show them, the answer to that question would be unfortunately no. So as a protection against potential fines in any circumstance, if you're making money on drone photography and videography, go ahead and get your FAA license. The second and honestly completely underrated aspect of getting your FAA drone license is the knowledge and resources that you gain by going through the process of becoming certified. Now, as with any kind of test that you have to take, there's a lot of unnecessary or overly complex information that you're going to have to intake so that you can pass the test. But amongst all of that information, there's going to be some key resources and learnings that will teach you how to be as safe as possible when flying a drone. As a part of your training, you learn all about weather patterns and how to identify them. You learn about different resources like radio channels and airspace zones so that you can know what to expect if you're flying your drone in a specific place, so that you can make better decisions when you're about to fly your drone for the safety of both yourself and for people who are in planes, in the sky. So taking the courses to prepare for the exam, you're really equipped with a great deal of knowledge and resources to make sure that you're as safe as possible. Just personally, using the knowledge that I gained through getting my certification has prevented me from flying the drone in situations where I thought it might be safe, and then I checked my resources that I picked up through the process, and turns out it's illegal airspace, or I can only fly it to a certain height above ground level. All of these things are things that you pick up that can be extremely valuable to the success of your drone career and the safety of yourself and everyone who uses the skies. And last but certainly not least is the actual improvement of my drone photography and videography. As a part of the test, you learn about aerodynamics and how the different wind and temperature conditions can affect how your drone is going to fly at certain times of the day, when it would be best to fly the drone, and when you should maybe stay grounded for the time being. This has improved the planning that Krystal and I have done for the shoots that we take on and helped us maximize drone flight time so that we can get the best photos and videos possible to provide to our clients. So if the ability to make money or the safety of yourself and others are not a big enough reason for you, getting a pilot certification can actually make you a better pilot. so that you can get better content. If that's not the cherry on top, I don't know what is. So again, just wanted to share some facts that you should weigh when you're considering whether or not you should get an FAA remote pilot's license. It really helped me become a better drone photographer and enabled me to take on professional work. If you want to take on professional work, you have to get that certification. So ultimately, it was an absolute no-brainer for me. So again, I'll link to the Pilot Institute down below. They were absolutely integral to me getting my pilot certification and passing the test quite easily when the test day did come. If you have any questions about the drone pilot license experience, please feel free to ask them. I'm happy to answer. Again, this is really close to my heart, so always happy to talk about this. And if there's anything I missed or something that's weighing on your mind, drop that in the comments down below as well. And for more travel, drone, van life, anything, subscribe here, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh no, it's back. Okay, bye.